Howdy, everybody, and welcome back to Retro Repair Roundup, episode number 70 of these things. Crazy.
70.
On this wonderful December 15th, 2024. Yeah, we're not doing too much tonight. We're just going to be hanging out, chatting among friends, and having some fun being silly on the internet. Ron,
what else is really new?
Yep.
Well, usually we have like intelligent people.
Well, we usually have an intelligent guest, but
we
then
just have you. So I mean, what are we
four
going to
of
do?
us. I mean, Jesus, we can find a brain cell between the four of us. We're doing good.
On the off.
Anyway,
goodness.
now I made myself laugh. Anyway, so Ron could not be here tonight. He is traveling. He's on his way back home from Dallas, Texas. He had some sort of, I don't know what he was doing down there. I don't know.
Cowboy.
I don't know if it was one of his acting things or if he was doing something with the Boy Scouts with his son or what. He didn't really say, but that's fine. He's not here. So that means we have to somehow between the four of us get at least one good Ron level joke in tonight. So we'll try, and we're going to fail, but we're going to try. Anyway, so our guest tonight is a former host, future host. We'll see. Rudy.
And the creator.
Of course, we got me and Javier and Trina. Remember, hit the like button if you like our stream tonight. And if you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel so you know when we're going to be doing the thingadoodles.
And also, if you don't like it, hit the thumbs down. It doesn't matter to YouTube. We don't care.
Yeah,
no,
one of the buttons
if you don't like it, just stick around. You might like it later.
You will.
Yep.
You will, or Javier will come after you.
Yes. He's gonna come after you with his walker. You might have to like jog slightly faster than normal, but you know.
Yeah.
Just tell him, okay, Grandpa, time to go to bed, and he's good to go.
Like, okay. So yeah, we're just doing the thing. So what's going on in everybody's worlds? Does anybody have something cool related to retro computing technology they want to talk about tonight?
I do.
Go.
Oh yeah.
Away. No, I'm kidding. Just Ooh, what is that? Is that an MSX?
I got an MSX. Yeah, you know me.
Yeah.
And
Cool.
so far I did a couple of videos, and it's a beauty. This was an effort. What's his name? James from
JDW.
That's it. Thank you very much. That's how I can count on my friends, because my Alzheimer doesn't. So he helped me get this one in Japan, and he sent it to me, and it works. I was amazed. I was ready to see if it was going to work or what. It works perfectly. Even the floppy works. And I'm waiting for the caps. I'm gonna recap it for the audio thing. That's why I heard that it fails. And I order a cartridge, so I don't have to use any other thing that has all the games, and it gives it more memory. So I'm expecting to have this beauty working, but it looks very nice now because I did a lot of cleaning on it, and you can see how I did it on my channel.
So
I cleaned it up very well, so it looks really nice now.
So Javier, do you have to learn Japanese so you can type on the keyboard? Or?
Yeah, arigato.
Oh.
I 3D printed the feet again. So
Just thinking
Yeah,
of that
it's cool.
scene from Kill Bill. Japanese very good. You speak a Japanese like we speak, and it's like an actual Japanese actor saying fake Japanese. It's hilarious. Anyway,
no, I love Japanese culture, so yeah, I'm excited about this. So
cool.
and yeah, it's in Latin and in normal language, whatever we want to call
Normal
it.
Normal.
Normal language.
Normal. I'm
Okay.
so red. Sorry, guys.
I'm sorry, everybody. We have now been canceled.
Right?
We are now. This is now Klingon
Because of me.
It's all Javier's fault.
Well, it's not Latin text, but it's not Cyrillic.
No.
So anyway, whatever. And the other thing that I have is I just came out with the version of my little adapter That's a little
Nice.
Atari.
Things.
Oh, and it's the same thing, but it's just for Atari.
What is this for, or is it for like?
Power.
No,
So
but
I
which
got my
one?
Atari back
Which
here,
model?
and it powers it up. So you don't need the power brick again. So the same as the Apple IIc,
So I
Nice.
you don't
think
need it for the Atari. And you just
Trina,
can,
this is an 800 XL Atari.
yeah, this is an
Okay.
800 XL. Again, that's the only one that I have, so I haven't been able to test it with other ones.
I
I
will
am
be.
sure the new ones won't
I have no
work.
idea how it's supposed to work.
So I'm gonna send one to Rudy.
Yes, and I'll be
Test.
testing them out.
You got the 400 too?
Not yet. I'll be getting it probably next week.
Well, that would be awesome.
So a
Oh,
400,
yeah, those
an 800, and then a 600 XL. Yeah,
awesome. I'm sure 600 and 800 should be the same thing,
I think so too. And the 1200 might be the same too.
and 1200. But
And
my
what about,
concern
like,
is that
What about
400.
the
Yeah,
2600, the 5400, and the
That's-
7600?
no, those are
And
The
the
game
18
consoles, yeah.
consoles. This is a computer.
Yeah, I know that's a computer, but why don't you make one for the game consoles? Because they're just as bad.
I may.
Mm.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'll
they're
look for it.
Ataris. Of course, they're bad.
Yeah, exactly. I may. I'm sure it won't work for the ST. I don't know how the ST works. I'll check it out. Maybe we can make it work. The one that I cannot do it is for the Commodore 64. People are asking for it, and Commodore 64 uses two different
Yes, it's
things.
5 volts, and then you have your AC.
9 volts DC, and
9
the other one is
volts.
AC.
9 volts AC and 5
AC,
volts
yeah.
AC. So yeah,
Mm.
I mean, you could. Well, yeah, you can't really.
I mean, you can do what other people have done and just put two power supplies, but that defeats the purpose.
Yeah,
So,
and you're not going to get 9 volts AC out of a 5-volt adapter, right?
exactly. So that's
Not with
That's
that
why I'm not-
attitude.
Okay.
There's Ron's joke. There, we did it.
Woo!
Cool.
Oh,
now I'm good.
oh, is this your camera?
Oh my God,
I thought,
Frederick's here.
I thought it was me. It's like,
No.
are
I
you
know, we
getting
haven't-
normal?
we haven't- Joe, you
Yeah,
never
no
said
more
hi
drinky.
You never said hi to the people in the chat.
So that's it. I'm good.
Oh.
Thanks.
I'm sorry. I was busy fiddling with my toy. I'll explain this in a minute. Yeah, let's say hi to everybody. Why don't we do
Yeah,
that? We've
please.
got Dave's Vintage Apple Tech, Jamie's Hack Shack, who let Trina in the chat? Everything is Broken Rush, Francois, scrolling. Garth, Rudy's here. Rich Bright, Nachtrave. Hi, Nachtrave. Jack68K, Frederick Raymer. I'm looking. 1-Bit Fever Dreams. I sold some of your stuff this week. 1-Bit Fever Dreams, and some of yours too, Rudy.
Oh, cool.
This week was good. Francois, CDI, and potentially a couple other people that I missed. So hello, everybody, and I apologize.
Hello.
So I think we should take a moment to talk to Rudy and ask Rudy what's going on in his. We haven't heard from you very much in a while, and you also have a new project that you're working on.
Actually, he was on last stream with us.
No, he wasn't. That's a lie.
That was my clone.
Oh, okay.
I got it at Joe's clonemachines.com. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
JCM-1.com.
Give me 1 second. I want to get something. I forgot to grab it to show you. So move on to Trina or something.
Awesome.
Hi.
So,
what retro stuff am I working on? So I have no retro stuff, but I do have a funny story.
I keep dropping this thing on the floor. I need to stop fidgeting with it. Sorry,
I was going to replace the keyboard in this, but it's a pain in the arse. You got to remove the metal and break it all up and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So I just went and got the entire top case because that's a lot easier.
Mm-hmm.
But they also gave me something. I don't know what this is, but it vibrates.
Is that an ear cleaner?
It vibrates. That's all I know. So we're gonna find out what usefulness it serves after the stream tonight.
Stream. Anyway, moving on.
But I think what happened was because if you look at the box, and I'll cover over my stuff, you can see where there's eBay tape. and I can see clearly where it was cut, not where it should have been. So I think the reshipper of this opened it up to see what was in it, and for some reason threw in a toothbrush, electric toothbrush. So
Cool.
Hey,
Trying to
all I
tell you
can
something.
say is now you have a friend.
yeah, right. And I'm going to be talking to jcm-1.com about printing maybe some accessories for this.
Hey, I've got that nice soft TPU filament. It's
Yeah, I
squishy.
know you do. That's what I'm thinking.
Mhm. And now for
oh,
something we hope you'll really like.
and I just wanted to shout out hi to Curtis Boyle, who's joined the chat.
Hi, Curtis.
Curtis.
There you go, Trina from Francois.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyway. Now let's go back to Rudy. What's going on in your world?
Well, let's see. I have finished my.
We should make Rudy big.
Yeah, I just haven't done it yet. Just chill out, lady. I'm playing with my fidget spinner.
This is my my Mac real-time monitoring for the SE30.
Wow.
The PDS slot. Got all the bugs worked out. So yeah, this is pretty much ready to go. Gut Bomb will be doing a video on that, I think, this week. And then Steve at Mac 84 will be doing a live stream where he'll be assembling the kit because it comes in this format. You have to solder in the PDS slot, the resistor networks, and then the meters on here, and
Nice.
off you go. So that'll be coming up. And then it'll be for sale at Joe's clonemachine1.com. And there will be, for you Canadians, this will be available at Trina's store. So we'll have to get working on that in the new year. In the meantime, I also have, I think I talked about this last time, but I got this thing called a Dead Test Max for the Commodore 64. It's the new improved Dead Test cartridge. And Matthew Desmond is the creator of it. And I've been chatting with him, working with him on testing new versions of it. So that's really exciting and fun. And that'll be a really cool thing to see something new for the world of Commodore stuff, like tool-wise. So that's pretty cool. And then what else am I working on? I'm working on, just work. And that's it. The end.
Boring.
Yeah, pretty
And
much.
by the way, you can tell it's improved because it has the word Max in it.
Max, yes, it's a Dead Test. Max.
Max Ultra Super Hyper.
I should have asked them who's Max. Like, who's this guy Max?
Maximilian.
Is there a
Help
mini?
everybody, I have an antler.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you were just happy to see us.
Wrong camera angle. Anyway, so I guess it's my turn.
Yes, sir.
What's going on?
Show us the way.
So, yeah, I don't know what really to say. Same old thing. This will be here in a couple days. It will be technically 1 year since I started working for myself. And it has been awesome. It's been really good. I have a wonderful set of clients that on Monday will all be receiving wonderful cookies from me. Wonderful, tasty, yummy, delicious cookies because they're awesome. So they deserve that. But I got about 28 IT clients for the day job side, and they do the thing, right? I have the right balance between being able to take care of their needs and keep my lights on. So I can't really complain there. And then, of course, because of the wonderful help of the people on this stream right now, the people watching in the chat, and the people who aren't chatting, and all of the, over like 4,000 customers from my store that I've had this year. The web store, jcm-1.com, has been awesome. It has been really good. And I'm very thankful for all the people who put their faith in me, in not only by saying, hey, Joe's got cool stuff, let's go get stuff from Joe, but also the folks who have put the faith in me to say Joe is able to carry my product so that I don't have to worry about doing it.
And Joe, where can we get this stuff again?
Oh, I don't know. RRI-3.ca.
Okay.
Just
No,
go to 8-bit stuff, and that's it.
There you go, 8-bit stuff.
Beautiful.
I think it's
We should give Javier a chance to talk about 8-bit stuff too, because he's doing a lot of cool stuff that
Yes.
I'm not doing. So, but yeah, it's
cool as
just I
yours.
wanted to take a moment to just say that it's been a good year for.
Yeah.
Well, Joe, I'm talking on behalf of everybody here, but we're all happy that you do have a store, and you're selling all great products.
Yep.
Everyone's making all kinds of different things, and you're saying sure, and we'll just put on your store, and
Mhm.
a lot of good stuff coming out of it. I mean,
Yep.
since I've known you, your store has really grown, and you've got a lot of good stuff. And everyone, I haven't met one person. Well, I only know one person, but I never met one person that didn't like your products. So
It's like
Yep.
he goes out. He goes out the hall. He's like, "Honey, you like Joe's stuff?" And she's like, "Uh-huh."
Yeah.
But
And by the way, you
Yeah.
have a question, Rudy, in the chat.
no,
What time zone is Rudy in? But it's already the new year.
yes.
He's
Well,
in
I'm not going
Canada.
to see
He
you
lives in the
folks
future.
until next year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
True.
let's say Happy New Year now. I'm being ahead of the curve
Ahead
here.
of time. Yeah.
Hello.
It's forward thinking. It's called.
It's forward thinking. Actually, it's also to cover my big bald spot, but yeah, let's go with that.
Ow, my eyes! Turn your lights off. No, but yeah, it's been good. So with that said, let's talk about retro computer news stuff a little bit. Is there anything really cool that's been going on in retro computer news any of you would like to talk about?
We should have Curtis on. He can put the audience to sleep with his
Yeah.
4-hour news segment.
No. We aim to be entertaining, not sedative. You see, that's I've told my dentist this is what they need to do when they have patients in, is they over the chair they have monitors. So if somebody needs some soothing or they need to see, they need to see their charts or whatever, they can actually show the chart to the patient. I've said what you need to put up there is the news segment from the Cocoa Street.
Cocoa Fest. Yeah,
it'll be perfect, because then they won't need to spend any money at all on any
sedative.
sort of whatever that thing is that I can't think of the name of.
Sedative?
Right now that said
On the
sedative,
gas,
yeah,
sleepy gas. Yeah.
sleepy gas. Yes, sleepy. Anyway, yeah. So fun stuff.
Oh, Joe, I forgot to mention another project that I'm working on.
Yeah, go for it. What is
Yeah.
that? More blinking
This-
lights.
I'm calling it the main brain as opposed to mainframe.
Yes.
And what it is, it represents all the data and the data lines, address lines on the Apple IIe. And this will be it flashes, so it's like showing your computer thinking. It's like doing something. So you have something loading. It's like, what's it doing? It's like, well, according to this, it's thinking about something. And eventually, I'll be printing a 3D case, and it will look like like a 1970 kind of mainframe kind of thing.
Oh,
Little
very
box.
nice.
I love link lights and handle light.
And it'll be all blinking lights. They like, one is this is the address line and then data lines, but then they repeat. So you get this kind of really neat thing going on the
Nice.
screen. And it'll be a cheap, easy little project for anyone wanting to learn soldering, or if you have an Apple IIe or 2 Plus and you want to plug something on your desk that kind of looks neat and flashing. There you go. So
That's neat.
I forgot about
You
that. Yeah.
I can imagine too people creating special programs to hit the address lines and data lines in specific
Exactly.
ways.
Yeah. So you
Hey,
can
hey,
actually.
I
I've
get better ideas.
I've been playing with some games, and I noticed some weird, fun patterns coming up depending on the game I'm playing. But it's just something fun, just a weird LED indicator on your desk. It'll be a nice little box that look like a little mainframe, or I call it the main.
Because people
frame.
like to put random blinking lights on stuff that don't do anything.
Well,
So,
people like blinking lights.
hey, look,
so-
Frederick you already have a customer. He wants one.
And then,
Yeah.
and then what you do is you plug in. I built that riser card for my motherboard. So you take that and you plug the cable from there into here, Actually, this is my prototype. It should be on the back side. So this will be the connection will be here. And then when you have it in the case, this is gonna be hard to see, but where the bottom you only see one row here at the bottom, and you see how that's soldered. Well, on the case, so picture that on this side. Okay, so this header should be on the opposite side. But when I build when I get the case for it made, the bottom panel will be open and it will look like buttons.
Oh,
so each solder point on here, it looks like it's a miniature mainframe. Those will be like buttons, like you just pretend you're pressing. Meantime, you'll have the LEDs flashing, doing their thing. It'll be something funny and cool just to leave on your desk and say, hey, look.
You got a second customer. Oh, and by the way, if you want to know where to find that in Canada, computersofpride.ca. I'm going to start pumping my own website.
you should
This just JCM-1 site.
do it.
I'm not getting anybody's fights. I don't care. I like you guys both. Okay?
Trina is a shill element for Canada.
Damn right.
And she won't charge you the 25% tariff.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, so I think this will be a fun little project I put together, and I'm still waiting for new boards to come, but it's a fun little thing to put on your desk, and it's a great little way to learn how to solder if you want to. Just all through hole stuff, very simple, easy. The end.
Cool.
Love it.
Awesome sauce. Does anybody have anything they want to talk about that isn't a product? Because now I feel like this has been a 25-minute advertisement. No? Okay, great. So keep going to my website and buying my stuff. No, but yeah. So I'll take a minute to talk on Ron's behalf. Ron is a jerk, and you shouldn't believe any. No, I'm kidding. Ron.
Yeah, we know that.
Speaking of sales again, Ron's sales have been 10% of my sales this year on my
Nice.
website. So the guy knows how to design something that people will want, and I'm very grateful for that. The Pico Micro Mac has sold 330 units this year.
Ooh.
Wow.
So super big hit, really cool. So I'm really glad that I'm able to provide a space that Ron can put up there. Other things Ron is doing, Ron is working on a couple of new things. I really can't tell you because they're still in development, but they are very, very cool. They involve other Macs and cool features for other Macintoshes. That's neat. And some updates to some of the existing items he's already doing. So be on the lookout for those things in the new year. Now let's talk about the holidays a little bit. What's everybody planning for the holidays? What are you doing? What's going on?
Go, Rudy.
As of next Friday, I am off until the 3rd of January. So yoo-hoo.
Nice.
I'm gonna be sleeping till noon every day. And then get up for 2 hours and then go back to bed because I'm just tired.
You mean this coming Friday?
Yes, this Friday's I'll be off till the 2nd or
Nice.
sorry, the 3rd of January. So I was told by HR.
Hello? Yes, this is Joe. Sorry, my brain is in.
Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Is he gonna get the freaking Commodore phone? You jerk. Trina, go get yours.
Uh-oh.
So
I can't get my Commodore phone. One, it doesn't say Commodore.
While I'm off, the JCM-1 hotline will be available.
Yes.
Just call.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
I have
right.
a phone exactly like that, but I'm not allowed to touch it because it's Graham's phone and it's connected to his cell phone.
And by the way, if you can't reach the JCM hotline, just call Computers of Pride hotline. It's on
Right.
the Commodore phone.
Yep.
Cool.
But that's what I'm doing for the holidays. So what are you guys all doing for the holidays?
Yeah. What's who?
Anybody doing anything special? Going anywhere? Stay homecation?
I'm just gonna eat like a piglet.
Eat like
I
a
am going to
piglet.
be spending it with my 2 cats. So
Meow.
Nice.
I will be hanging out at home. Mm-hmm.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna
I'm probably on
here,
Christmas
eat
Day. I'm
a
probably
lot.
going to go to my folks' place. Hang out with them.
They sure
I
we
try
have.
to avoid going over there mostly because my dad has COPD, and if I pick up a cold or a flu or anything that I don't know that I have, if it hits him, it's bad news bears for him. So I avoid going over there. But
So do you do a live stream with them?
no,
I do with my folks because they're in Halifax. So I'm not flying the. It
Yeah.
takes way too long. And
Just get a hazmat suit.
Yeah, Bubble Boy.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
there
will
you
be doing something on Christmas Eve. I'm going to be doing a 12-hour mem test.
Oh no.
Oh yes, you think
What
I'm
it
joking?
is she's going to go into StreamYard and she's going to have a video, and she's going to check mark the little thing that says replay when done, and
Oh no,
she's just going to like
I'm just literally gonna put a board on because mem test will run indefinitely.
Yeah.
So all I got to do is put a board, start mem test, point the camera at the screen, turn off my mic, and
It
just
needs to
play
be-
music in the
and
background.
it needs to be like a Yule log. So what you need to do is get a little animated GIF of like a Yule fire just going on in the corner that just
Or
sits there.
you can have an animated GIF of a reefer cap on fire.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, even better.
Just saying.
Yes. Yes. Javier, can you get her that clip of your exploding Apple III from Kansas?
Yeah. In a loop.
Yeah.
That was the best video ever. Like, oh my God. And there's like reefer smoke
And
flowing.
I got it just in time coming out.
Great. Anyway.
And
Yep.
Dave, see, the best part is I actually don't even have to be here. I can go curl up, take a nap, do what I want because it's just literally camera. I'm going to pull a David Starbuck yesterday did this, and that's what sparked my interest of I could just do a 12-hour live
I could do the
stream.
same with an Apple II.
Yeah,
Memory
Mhm.
testing the extended memory. and
there you go.
just
And
goes
just
in
let it
loop.
run and run and run. Yeah,
Yeah, just put it in the MECC computer inspector on a
Yeah,
continuous.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
And
we
then
know
you forget to turn off your mic and everybody can hear everything going on in your house.
That's right.
Oh, you mean like Steve's live streams as of late, where he's had the hot mic during the intros. Past 2 live streams, hot mics during the intros. It's been amazing.
See, if you use a piece of software like StreamYard or Talk Studio or
Uh-huh.
Evo or whatever it is, it turns your mic off.
Right?
But no, he streams directly or something. I don't know what he does. We're
that's
shaming
what I
you,
got now.
Steve.
Look, I got a little thingy.
Oh yeah.
Wireless mic.
Yeah, well, we know that.
Well, but this is smaller.
I mean, you and I have been at Kansas Fest at Corcoran Hall with the shared shower stall shit.
So
So,
you're
Ooh.
like,
thinking.
you ain't telling me nothing I don't already know, buddy. I mean, you are 4'3", so things are.
You got to use
proportionate.
one of this. Anyway,
Hold on.
yeah, I got
Let me
people that telling me that my sound was pretty crappy, so I bought one of these little thingies. So let's see.
But it doesn't change your voice. It's still crappy. So
Well, but it's
maybe
steady crappy.
But do you sound like Stephen Hawking now?
sorry.
Now I sound
This
like
has been a very
Stephen
good
Hawking.
stream for me tonight.
How are you?
Anyway.
So I'm happy.
Yeah,
that got that.
I had a wireless mic, but I kept forgetting the charger, so I said, forget it. I got a wired boom now here. I like everything wired. My internet's wired. My mouse
Yeah.
is wired. Keyboard is
Doesn't
wired.
fit my nose.
Joe is
I got a
getting
mic,
by.
but yeah,
There we go.
people keep on
There
telling
we
me
go.
it's weird, blah blah blah. So
Hey, look, the nose cleaner.
This is what happens when we don't have Ron here to
Yeah.
keep me in check.
Oh, and by the way,
Sorry.
to answer Rudy's question, I will be doing a live. I will be streaming with my parents via
your
Skype
side.
on
Okay.
Christmas Day. That's how we do it.
Yeah, I'm having actually the whole family over our house this year to host.
Nice.
My mom was insisting we do it at her house, but yeah, she's 88 and doesn't like having a lot of people over, but she forgets that. So we're going to have it here. and then we're gonna try streaming to talk to my father.
Oh,
I
nice.
don't think it's gonna work. We tried it last year, it didn't work. He's passed away, so
Mm.
It's
Oh
called a
man, you're
seance.
that's a seance. Yeah,
You need to get the
And-
Ouija
and-
board out, and
and
you
we're
need
gonna,
Rudy-
to
put, we're gonna get a 1920s radio and just put on some static and see if we can start talking to him.
Am I now part of your family? Can I come over?
Well, you want to drive to Timbuktu?
Well, I can take the GO train. I've been taking the GO train to Timbuktu for.
Well, you got
like 2
another
months.
another hour drive from where the GO train stops in Barrie.
Jeez. You really
the
are in the middle
snow.
of nowhere.
Hey, I want to get away from everybody, so I was like, I'm out of here.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Nice.
Actually, it's the only place I could go where I can afford to buy a house.
you most likely. You're definitely not doing it downtown Toronto.
No, not anymore.
No. I remember there was a couple of years ago on Reddit, they showed like a shoebox, and I mean it was literally like in between two bigger buildings, this little place that they won at 1.5 million for downtown Toronto.
Because it had a basement full of Lisas.
Yeah, if only I would have bought it then.
The first step on the stoop was an Apple One logic board.
That's right.
Yeah, if only. If only.
If only, right?
Yeah. So, anybody have
What's
any
going on in the
recent gets they want to talk about? What's that?
So what's going on in the chat? Just
Oh,
read up.
nothing. They're just
Nothing.
like,
I've been watching it as well.
yeah.
I already talk about my recent gets.
CDI said Regina is the only place to buy a house. Oh, fuck off, would you? Cancel.
Oh, well, there we go.
Sorry. Every time I say
A bad word.
that name, my phone goes off and starts
What,
talking to me.
Regina?
No. The IDC. I'm going to say it backwards so this thing doesn't go off.
Oh, because it thinks you're saying SIRI.
Yeah.
What does it think you have? Does it think you have like an Indian accent?
I
Siri?
do know.
Hello, Siri.
Hello, say my name. Say it again.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Cool.
So yeah, that's why I don't say the name.
So, I want to talk about a couple recent gets that I had.
Yeah, tell us.
So apparently, I now have a problem. I have acquired Steve Heavy Item Acquisition Syndrome, which if I had come up with a slightly better acronym, it would have been shit. But it ended up being SHAS. So sorry, I screwed up the joke. Anyway, Steve Heavy Item SHIT, whatever T is. Anyway, so as you may know, I like my Spectrogens. I have a weird old soft spot in my heart for the Spectrogens because of their the first cable television I ever had as a kid. They used one to run the public access TV station. And then I ended up acquiring the television that was used by the municipality to show that so they could tell whether they were broadcasting on public access. Well, I have acquired way too many of these things now. Apparently I own more than any other human being on earth. So yeah, I have a problem. I guess when Steve and I were at VCF Midwest and our butts did the whole butt tango there because we were smashed into that corner, I picked up something from him. I don't know. But now I have like 800,000 pounds of Spectrogen over here in the corner.
How many do you now officially own, Joe?
I own 4 Spectrogens and a keyboard. So here I can actually switch cameras and do here. Will this work? Will it work?
No, it doesn't.
Oh, you dumb! There it
there you
goes.
go.
Hi, everybody.
Oh,
So yeah, I have a problem. 1, 2, 3, 4,
4.
and back in there is a keyboard. Help. So yeah.
When are they going to go on your site?
When are they going to go on my site? What, for sale?
Yeah.
It's actually it's part of an entire just like I have multiple things I like to do. I have how am I going to explain this? I have the super fun things I like to do for fun, just pure fun, which is just random things, like this little project here that sits here. It's off right now, but it sits on my bench. This is a wireless enabled humidity and temperature sensor that I can plug in, and it talks to my home automation software, so I can like see the temperature in my shop, just stuff like that. So I do just little electronic things like that for that. Then I have work related stuff, which is that, and Blue Scuzzies and Gut Bomb's cases and Rudy's tiny comps and all that stuff. But then I have stuff that is my dedication to the future of preservation. I don't have a lot of time to spend on that, but I try to do something. And the Spectrogen is part of that. And I chose that because it has that kind of part in my history. So it means I'll actually try to work on furthering it. Unlike other folks who, like, I don't know, they sit there and scan hundreds of manuals and floppy disks and stuff like that. I'm like, that's boring to me. Like, I don't want to do that. But using this minimal skills that I have, reverse engineering the hardware and software of these things so that they can be documented, so anybody out there who has one can use it to its full potential, I'd like to do that. So that's what I'm doing.
Cool. That's pretty cool, because you're giving back in a way that no one else really has. And so you're providing like a service that's very unique. I mean, I understand exactly. I mean, I did the same thing with the NABU repair manual. There's no NABU repair manual, and I wrote one for the Commodore Super Pet. There just doesn't exist, so I wrote my own. But what you're doing is, more in depth there. But having something that it's not out there. It's not a question of it being archived or not. It's something that's gone, and you're bringing it back, which is totally awesome.
And Francois would like to know who else has one, if you have the only 4 in existence.
I don't have the only 4. What I said is I'm probably the one who owns the most units. I have a 4B, a 3B, another 3B, and a 3B, a 3RM, and a 3C. So,
you got a freebie?
A freebie?
Yes.
Yeah.
I wish.
Whoa.
These things are way too expensive. Anyway, moving on. They are technically owned by my LLC as reverse engineering projects. So yeah, anyway, but processing. So a lot of it is documented because the manuals for these things exist. Oh my God, it's Gut Bomb. Hey, you.
Hey, Gut Bomb.
I know I invited you, but then I forgot that you were having family time tonight. So then,
we're done with the Christmas tree and everything's good now.
Oh, nice.
Holiday Gut Bomb.
Yes. But what's not documented are quite a few things. So these units have the ability to send batch data transfers between units, which you don't really need to document that. You just connect 2 units up and type in the console and it'll do it, right? It's fine. But one of the things, what's not documented is how that works with a computer. So if you read the manuals for the things, it discusses a piece of software that works on an IBM PC that you can connect over a serial line to your Spectrogen and do batch backups and downloads. You can update the time on the Spectrogen from the computer and lots of little cool features like that.
Neat.
And all they say is, get this other manual and software package. That manual does not exist, and you can't find it. It is not preserved literally anywhere. So how do we figure out how to make that function again? Well,
that would be so
do what I've done, and I enlist crowdsourcing off the internet and started a Discord discussion and have 5 really intelligent people, way smarter than me, reverse engineer the flippin' Z80 code.
No.
And so we can reverse engineer the raw protocol required. I have some of that done. Thanks to Fred Stark, I was able to suss out how the weather protocol works for the local weather station. again, another aside, you could install a card in these units, and you could have a barometer and wind detector and thermometer and a rain gauge that would plug into the back of the unit. It would talk to that card, and then that card would talk to the Spectrogen. In the manual, like a single four line sentence mentions that you can send weather data from one Spectrogen to another Spectrogen, which means it has a built-in serial protocol to receive weather data without the weather card. So if we document that, that means nobody has this weather card, by the way. Like, I apparently have the only one that's known in the wild in the United States. I acquired it last week. Like, this is the only card that exists. So, but
and you've been
having
looking
that
for
reverse
it this whole
engineer,
time too, right?
What's that?
And you've been looking for one this whole time, and one finally popped
I've been
up.
looking for Spectrogens and these cards for like a decade.
Wow.
And suddenly I got 4 of them in 3 months. I don't know how that happened, but whatever. But yeah. So because nobody has this card, nobody could use that function of their Spectrogen. And even if they have the card, there is no way anybody has the actual weather station that mounts to the outside of the cable company to send data to the card to put data in the machine.
Joe says this now, and in 3 months he'll have 4 of those.
Well, yeah, 4 of those weather stations.
The weather stations.
So the fact that we know that it can receive serial data, and the fact that the cards don't exist and the stations don't exist, it's like, I would love to be able to say, hey people, here's a way you can now like give it this data. And I did it. And by I mean me and like 3 other really intelligent people. Fred Stark, Altomare was another one, and there was a third person who was in the Discord discussion and then left the discussion and then deleted their Discord account. All I know them now in this Discord discussion is deleted user, so I don't remember who they are. But thank you, whoever you are. But they all came together, and we were able to reverse engineer this. And now I have, because I'm a Windows junkie, I have a PowerShell script with a GUI that you can fill in the fields and hit click, and it will send it to the Spectrogen and the local weather data updates. Step 1. Now that we have that documented, we can move into the batch processing, being able to send live data at the thing, being able to store and download the page data that shows on the screens. Because if we can do that, then that means everybody who has one of these Spectrogens who wants to, I don't know, show it off and just preserve it for whatever reason, they don't have to worry about those batteries in it anymore. They can program it right there on the Spectrogen, then send the batch to a PC, and they've got a backup file on the PC. Whenever they take the thing anywhere, they just plug the PC in with a serial cable, 9600 baud, and go upload, and it goes boink, and it bangs it to the Spectrogen, and they can be up and running and ready to go. And they never have to worry about the batteries again.
She bangs.
So that's cool.
So Joe, eventually then you could have multiple Spectrogens all over the country or the continent, and you could actually then probably share information so you can get weather not just where you are, but from other units.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
what Rudy is trying to very subtly say is, I want one, and I will share the data out here. Also, you should get it from Toronto because we are the center of the world. So,
but yeah, so
you silly.
There are lots of features in the system that are built in that I'd like to be able to get reverse engineered. The batch data is one, but also it has an NOAA weather data updater, which was the precursor, or more the influence, not really the true precursor, but it was kind of the influence for the Weather Star system that the Weather Channel started using. So this technology was kind of, and there was also a rumor that's Tex or MSI, whatever the name of the CompuVid, whatever the name of the company was originally before they got bought out 3 times. They're the ones who designed the system for Weather Star. And if you look at the hardware inside an original Weather Star from the early 80s, you can tell they were designed by the same guy. Like, they look incredibly similar on the inside. So anyway, that's a tangent, but yeah. So these things kind of have that Weather Star type of provenance to them.
DNA.
Yeah,
So Joe,
DNA.
once you get all this kind of figured out, are you planning on having like a table at the next or one of the VCF conferences and having it showing off all the cool?
Yeah, why not?
Maybe, because at the VCFs, the folks who go to the VCFs, there are folks who go to the VCFs that already have theirs up and running, and it's more like I would rather help them get theirs running better, and let them take the
Oh,
take
okay.
the whatever, because it's Tech Night. I think his name's Mike, and Jesse who do those. Jesse does all the character gen stuff, like the Spectre gen and some of the European things and things like that. And Tech Knight does the Weather Star. He brings out his entire cable plant and just pops it in there and has like walls of TVs with these things showing weather. It's cool. But I would rather be able to set it up to where they could set up their Spectre gen using my script or whatever code I end up getting to do it, to go out to the NOAA's public data and fetch weather and then spit it into the Spectrogen. Or also, the other thing I want to do is the Spectrogen, in theory, has a live update capability where you can send it data and have it refresh the screen. That was neat.
On top of what it's getting from NOAA.
Yes.
Cool.
Apparently that can be done. And if that can be done, then I can give them the code and they can set that up so that when they're at these festivals, they can have the Spectrogen randomly showing, I don't know, I don't want to say tweets, but they could be micro blogging notifications. People,
Nice.
It's like tweet at blah, and it'll show up here, and then it'll scarf the data periodically and shove it at the screen and auto update it and stuff.
I would say Skeet, as in blue sky, because I have a feeling the Twitter page is not going to be around much longer.
Yeah, bleeps. Mm-hmm. It's pretty bad when your own generative AI says that you, the owner and idea creator of the AI, not the actual creator, but the idea, the person who came up with the idea, you make it, says that you are a committer of crimes. Anyway, moving on. Actually happened today. Anyway, so moving on. So I think that would be really cool. I don't want to steal their thunder. I just want to help them, amplify the lightning.
I wasn't. I didn't realize that they were very close. I thought they were two very separate, different systems.
What, the weather star?
Yeah, and the Spectrogen.
Well, like I said, it's believed that the folks that designed the Weather Star also designed the Spectrogen at the hardware level, at the low level, and that's kind of the connection between the two. And when you look at the guts of a Weather Star and the guts of the early Spectrogens, part numbers are formatted the exact same way. The fonts that are used are the same types of fonts. The routing is very similar. And you have to remember, back in the 80s, this stuff wasn't computer routed.
Right.
People were routing this on Rubylith, right? They were or Vellum. They were drawing it with pens on drafting paper, drafting tables and stuff. So
I remember.
They're very in the guts of the types of connectors, the types of the ways the cards slot into the machines and stuff like that. The entire, the Weather Stars have the same 3-layer backplane type of setup that the Spectrogens do. They're uncannily similar on the inside. So there is this kind of theory that they were designed by the same company, but
probably
I don't think it's been proven. But it's pretty obvious.
Or it could be the same three, the same people that worked on one, worked on the other one, right?
Yeah. So in any case, there's that kind of connection there. The Spectrogen, of course, isn't just designed to do weather. It's designed to run a bulletin board for your cable company on its public access station. Right? See,
what would be cool is that you can then, if people can't make it to the show, they can then, somehow send them a tweet or message or whatever you want to call it, giving a weather update from where they are.
Sure.
So you can get weather updates from all over the world. That'd be kind of neat, saying, oh, look at this place in this country, and this place in this country, and have people just kind of randomly, getting on there, updating their weather. It'd be kind of neat.
And one of the things I want to do when I get it completed and get it to where it's reliable so I can get data in and out of it and whatever. I already have it, the setup started over here. I dedicated a corner of the shop for this.
Nice.
is I want to get my SpectraGen up and running and have it live streaming to YouTube 24/7, 365.
Oh, cool.
And have it to where it's internet accessible so that approved data can be sent to it from the internet. I know that that's a big, you're letting random people throw things at your stream.
You're going to need a very large, you're going to need like a massive size swear jar.
Yeah, I know, right?
Like size
It's
of
like you will be allowed to swear if you give me $25. But no, I want to just set it in stream. Of course, it'll show the live weather here at my town. The cool thing about the SpectraGen, and this was the first SpectraGen that I got, it was the fully decked out one minus the weather card, but it had all of the full character gen capabilities. It has a video input. I can choose a page and have it show video input and lay characters over top of it. So in theory, I can have. Can you show a photo of what you're talking about? Yes, I can, Frederick, in a moment. I can have a camera on my house pointing outside and lay the local weather over it.
Oh, neat.
This is not just the local weather. This is what it looks like in my town with the local weather.
So you're getting data from NOAA, you're getting data from JCM-1, and you're also giving it to the 3-letter agencies.
Sure, why not? But yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Did you show a photo of what you were talking about? Yeah, Frederick, earlier I showed you I showed the CG.
So, Joe, while you're doing that, does the overlay, is that part of the system or is that something outside of it?
Yeah, it's part of the system. It has a full Genlock. It's got a specialized character Genlock board in it.
Right.
So when you feed external video in, it will Genlock to that external video.
That is so
and then
cool.
You can display graphics over top of it.
And that's pretty high tech back in the day.
Oh yeah.
Well,
that board itself.
Now, but...
I mean, that extra board itself was like a several $1,000 upgrade. So I was lucky because these other units that I received, none of them have that Genlock board.
Okay.
It's only that very first one. So I'm like, yeah. Let's see. I'll see if I can show you TechScan MSI SpectraGen 4B. So here's the thing. And this is Jesse's website. He's the one who started a lot of this work on it. But yeah. So this is what the box looks like. Mine is blue, but this is gray, whatever. Mine was a really early 4B, I think, or it was a factory upgrade to somebody who traded in a 3 and it upgraded to a 4 because mine's blue and I have the same logo up here that the 3B does, but it doesn't matter. It's a 4B on the inside. Zoom. Go back. So it's got all these boards, and here's the Gen. Where is it? Yeah. This is the extra board that mine has, the Genlock board. That isn't in all of them. Here's the CPU board that I've done a lot of the reverse engineer and documentation on. What DMA channels, what RIRQ channels, what IO channels all the chips use, so that we can go back in the code and see whether those chips are being hit. Then we can see what code is talking to the chips and all that stuff. And yeah.
That's very cool.
Chips and giggles. Yeah.
Yeah, and then this is the actual character generator itself that generates the raw video. But yeah, cool stuff. Yeah, and here's the other thing too. Like, so if you go back and look at one of the earlier, like SpectraGen 2, he doesn't have pictures on that. Let's.
So is the company called TechScan or
CompuVid TechScan MSI? They were a company that bought a company that bought a company, and they just glommed all their names together. It's weird. The company technically still exists, but if you ask them anything about these old things, they literally just don't respond. So, so here's the design of one of their earlier units. And if you you look at the model number here, SG3 CPU, it's got 5 digits -01, and it's got like this art NC and all of this stuff. If you look, of course, this gentleman has lots of cool stuff on his website, like the Weather Star data, the Weather Channel. If you look at the Weather Channel's original Weather Star, and you look at the guts of this machine and you look at its video generator, look at that design and look at the clips and look at the way, it's just the same freaking designer. It's absolutely the same people. So,
sorry to interrupt. What year was this? Did it come out?
these were like early 80s.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So the Weather Star here, he doesn't say when it came out, but the Star 1 came out whenever it came out. I don't know. What's the date on the board? Yeah, here you go. Look at that. Look at it. Is this made by the same company or not?
I think so.
Yeah. It has to. It's got to be. Right? I don't know what's the date. This one has like a date of like either 1977 or 85 here. But the Spectrogen, if you go back, he actually has data on this. Yeah, 1983, was when that stuff started happening. So anyway, all right, I've gone on about all that.
Remember how we made fun of Curtis about the news segment?
Yeah. Hey,
we don't need
Trina,
you, Curtis, anymore.
Hey, listen though, Trina, you're still awake.
Yeah,
So at the very least, my voice is more entertaining.
Barely.
Javier. That's fair. I insulted you earlier. It's all fine. And now let's talk to our extra guest who just showed up. Hi, Gut Bomb. How are you doing?
Pretty good, partner.
Very good, partner. What's going on in your world? Why don't you
tell us about
in Gut Bomb land.
What's up?
What's new.
I made a bunch of grease weasels today. I've been threatening to make them for months, and I finally made them today.
Yeah.
Get the
Nice.
And I've been working on another project with my pal Rudy there, but maybe he wants to talk about it later.
Well, he's already
already
talked about
did.
it.
Oh, okay. You plug this guy into an SE30 and it blinks and does real cool stuff.
Yeah, I have the board, but I can't demo it. I still don't have an SE30, so.
I just realized right now that this is the old one. I'm holding the old one. I have the new one.
Yeah, it's version 4. You have 3.8.
Yeah. I have the 4 put away in a different spot. I grabbed the wrong one for this.
Did you send the right one to Steve?
I did send the right one to Steve.
Okay, I just want to check.
They were in a different box.
Okay.
Cool.
What else? I got Blocko out. It's a card that you can use to build Lego robots on your Apple II.
Nice.
And I've been making YouTube videos again. So
Yes, I love your channel. Great YouTube
videos.
I've got 2
And what
videos
what is your
in
next
the
video
works.
coming out?
Tomorrow, I'm releasing a video about this guy.
Yeah.
And then sometime this week or early next week, a video about using Blue Scuzzy in a really dumb way. And it's going to be funny.
And we have seen sneak previews of the really dumb way to use a Blue Scuzzy. Behind
I'm
the
also using a Pico Gus at the same time. And I'm going to show off some cool stuff that you may want to do with a Pico Gus. So if you don't have one, where can you buy one?
I have no idea where anybody could buy a Pico Gus at jcm-1.com. No.
If only we had a place that sells all
Yes.
these cool retro things.
If
Yeah.
only
Joe, I
there
have
was
a
a Canadian reseller of all these cool retro things. But
I got another
Tariffs.
question, Joe. I mentioned Blocko earlier. Where can you buy a Blocko card?
I think that there's this guy in Ohio called Joe.
Ohio.
He has this website called jcm-1.com where you can get a Blocko card. So if you want to, play with the old Lego Technic stuff with your Apple II, but can't get the insanely expensive, stupidly $1,500 for no freaking reason card on eBay, you can go to jcm-1.com and get one for $80. So,
Hey, Gut Bomb, are you planning? Do you already have a video? Or are you planning to make a video on using it? And and how to.
I'm making a video on that too, but
Okay, good.
that's a little longer of a production time on that one.
Yeah.
I also mentioned that I'm doing dumb stuff with blue scuzzies. Where can you buy a blue scuzzy?
So
Joe?
there's this. Eric Helgeson saw this guy who likes to wear weird hats on live streams and who didn't have glasses or a beard at the time. Do a review of his blue scuzzy project, and when that happened, he got inundated with orders for blue scuzzy. So he talked to this guy and he said, "Hey Joe, do you want to sell blue scuzzies for me?" And Joe said, "I guess." So you go to jcm-1.com and get this.
Canadian Tire.
Canadian Tire. Yes.
Tire,
Kmart. Yes. So
Thus
anyway.
ends my segment. I expect my check is in the mail. Thank you, Joe.
Hell
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
And if you can't remember jcm-1.com, just remember Joe's Clone Machine number
Joe's
1.
Or remember computerswithpride.ca.
No.
No, that's too long.
Next.
Wow.
Next.
There's also computerswithpride.gay, right?
There is a computerswithpride. There
And that
actually legitimately
redirects-
is. Yeah, it redirects to my .ca page.
Oh yeah, that's another thing I just did. I did buy a domain name recently. I bought autoexec.gay.
Okay.
What does that go to?
Nothing right now, but I'm gonna make like a little JavaScript
It
DOS
goes
simulator
there.
thing.
This is what it
Yep.
does. That's it.
That's
Launching
just
soon.
the
Subscribe.
launching soon.
Very cool.
Autoexec.gay.
That's it for me. I don't need to be big anymore.
All right, great, done. But yeah. So
Francois.
future projects and things.
Oh, man.
Woke on land. Francois, I love it.
Man, that's
Well-
great.
Woke on land.
If I may,
No.
Yes, you may.
okay.
Well,
Okay, we need a tie-breaking vote. Trina, yes or no?
Yes.
Damn.
There you go,
yes.
Trina.
Gotta make you
Finally.
the thing.
I had no idea what I was voting for, but I'm going to
Just
vote
let
for
you know
Javier
that
because
this is also
we've heard
selling
enough
very
about
good.
jcm-1.com all fucking
Yes,
night.
let's talk about 8bitstuff.com
Yes.
because Javier's got some really cool stuff. Hi, Jeremy.
Just to let you know, this is very surprisingly going out of the shelves real fast. So I appreciate it. I want to take a minute to thank everybody that's been getting them. It's a labor of love. It took me like 3 years to have this one working, and I'm very proud of it. I'm very happy that people like it, and that's it. It's a I recommend a full product, of course, because we have kits, but the kits are a little bit difficult to make. But anyway.
And what is the product?
this product is called the 3.5 floppy emu, and it's a floppy emulator inside a nice case that looks like a 3.5 floppy drive for the Apple II or the Macintosh, and it works with Macintosh and Apple II classic Macs that have a drive port, okay, external drive port, DB19.
Nice.
And yeah, it's very good. It's been selling very good, thankfully. Talking about good products, I am the Etsy, not the Amazon of the like Joe. I am the Etsy of the retro. So
I like
selling
that.
this thing, and it's very good. So thank you.
You're
And what
welcome.
else is on your site, Javier?
What else you got?
It's called 8bitstuff.com. And
What
there's a
other
little
products do you
beautiful
have on
robot.
there? Let's get you to shill some stuff.
There you go.
and what's this little
8bitstuff.com.
block thing, the little block adapter you made? What's that all about?
Yeah, this little adapter that we just talked about is the new Atari adapter that shows the amount of shows-
Javier's been drinking again.
no more drinking.
I'm catching up. Hold on, buddy.
So it shows you
Voltage.
how much voltage is getting it.
Thank you,
And it's a
Francois.
USB connector, so you can be using a small USB connector on your Atari instead of using a big block.
And you
And
know
it's
that,
all in 8bitstuff.com.
and you know what, Javier? I
Yep.
just thought of something. If you don't have an Atari 800 or you don't have an Apple 2C, you should still buy the adapter. You know why? You can plug it in to test if your wall wart, if your adapter is actually putting out 5 volts.
True.
You don't want to plug it into a
True.
phone that's
It's
putting
a
out
tester.
25 volts or 1.5 gigawatts.
Yep.
You can just test it then. So there you go.
1.5
It'll
gigawatts.
show you nicely. Yeah.
And you also have one of those for the Apple IIc, correct?
Of course, yeah. The
Same-
original
same
one
here.
is for the Apple IIc. It's here. And it has a beautiful Apple IIc and a little Apple logo.
Nice.
And it shows the same thing as it's a light color. So I made it black so we can differentiate the Atari from the Apple IIc.
You should make it bigger and have a battery so it acts like a like a portable power device when you go on the road. Or you could turn into a stun gun,
Oh, stun gun makes me, yes. Then I'll do that.
Stunned you by
I
Atari.
can stun you
800.
with my adapter.
So Javier, can I have one for a Commodore VIC-20?
Actually, Big 20 would work.
Yeah.
No Commodore 64, but Big 20, yes.
Well, if you use it on the VIC-20, then you can't use an external floppy drive.
Oh, I don't know that.
Yeah,
And the
I would
tape-
use flash. I'd use flash card.
Yeah,
Well,
if you have,
flash card anyway.
if you have a flash card, then it should be fine.
I got I could test it. I got a Big 20 and I got a drive thanks to
Yeah.
Rudy.
Because the drive does have its own power,
I some power, yes.
but I'm not sure if there's.
It still needs the AC, right?
I
Yeah.
believe so. I'm not. I have to.
We can
double check
test it.
schematics and stuff, but if you don't plug an external drive and you have you have a card like in a cartridge you can plug in the back, like I have what's it
Most
called?
people don't use a
The
drive anymore.
penultimate.
The penultimate
Penultimate
cartridge.
cartridge?
It's
Yeah.
got like
Yeah.
200 games. Like I don't need anything else. If you plug that in, then that adapter should work just fine.
I need one because my VIC-20 currently doesn't have a power supply. So get on it, Javier.
Do you
I
have
just remembered also that, with Alzheimer, I forgot, but I remember I got in my store, I started to selling 15-volt adapter USB-C for the Apple IIc because there's been 2 or 3 people that have problems with their adapters. And now I'm just providing one that is very cheap, $15. And it gives you the exact amount, and it works very well with the Apple IIc. I've been using that one for all my demos and everything. I use them for BTF, and they work very well. So I'm selling them right now too.
Yeah.
And that
let
site
you know
again is 8bitstuff.com.
.com.
Correct.
Yes.
There you go.
right here at the bottom. I can't make
Hey,
I can't make it any bigger, Doodle. It's
Javier,
it's
do you-
Doodle. That's
Do you
good.
also have a product at 8-Bit Stuff that lets you use a Atari or Commodore joystick on a Mac Plus?
Yes.
Wow.
And it is amazing. Hold on.
How good looking was the guy who designed that thing?
Well, it is a beautiful thing, and this was a collaboration with a very good designer that nobody knows because he's always crazy.
But I hear he's super hot.
Well, kind of, yeah, kind of hot. His name is Godbomb.
Wow.
He cannot lie.
We have the same barber.
We do. That's a special logo on there too because it has a G and a J for Gutbaum and Javier.
Yep.
Ah,
There you go.
neat.
Look at that beauty.
And Javier designed the logo, and I did the case and the
Very cool.
PCB is a clone of the MacMan adapter.
And
Yeah,
speaking
these
of,
are magnet
and
adapters
speaking
that
of
was-
mice, doesn't 8-bit stuff also have optical mice for some of those
Oh, yeah.
older Apple computers?
Oh yeah, they got
Yeah,
optical mice. They got joysticks. They got special edition joysticks that are clear. Special edition mice,
Nice.
My crash.
Optical mice?
and they're all clear.
That's
And they're
already
optical,
clear to me.
right? The mice.
Yes, Amiga mice. Just for all your needs during the holidays. If you know anybody that wants cool stuff, and this is a very
Hello,
special
computer.
things to give away as a fucking stuffer.
Javier, do you make a clear case Amiga mouse?
No, unfortunately not. I
Why?
could, but
No.
it
No.
will take me a
Nope.
while. Yes, and I haven't heard any request for that yet.
I think you just got one from Rudy.
Okay,
I
okay.
have a couple of friends in the UK that are Amiga nuts, and I wouldn't mind getting a couple to send them as channel donations. But if you make them, let me know.
All right, I'll let you know because I got already a couple of Amiga mice in
graduated.
Europe from me that they've been testing, and they're going to do some videos about it.
Cool.
Cool.
So that's it.
Yeah.
So that's
There you
it.
go.
Great. We can take
So
him
call
off.
now. Call now.
Call now. Yes.
Call now.
Call now and get a free ShamWow.
Oh my God. Vince
Quote, unquote,
Schleman. Oh my God.
ShamWow. Wow.
All I gotta say is you need to, if you don't know that guy's backstory,
Oh, yeah,
boy.
go
look him up.
entertain yourself for 30 minutes.
Vince
Because it's
Offer is
hilarious.
his name. Yeah.
Yeah. Check out his.
it's-
Yeah, I'm sure he's on YouTube somewhere.
He is a special guy.
Everything is on YouTube.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
safe for work.
Yes. Hey, private videos are private videos. I mean,
And I gotta.
I don't know anything about
I
that.
owe a
What?
huge thanks to Gutbomb for all those private videos on the tubes.
So what's everybody going to get for Christmas? What are you asking Santa to bring you?
Regret. Oh wait, no. Chocolate. I like chocolate.
Nothing
So,
really.
the
I'm
only
at the.
thing-
You get to that age where, like, Mom asked me the other day. She's like, "What do you want for Christmas?" And I'm like, "I don't know."
Phone call.
I asked
Seriously,
my wife.
what?
I asked my wife for batteries for Christmas.
Yeah.
I asked for
Oh,
tacos.
for your rechargeables.
I asked my wife to, see if she can, talk to the prime minister and end the strike because I got some PDS slots coming in from AliExpress.
Well, I've got some good news for you.
Yeah.
They've been forced back to work on Friday, so
Yeah, the union's
Yeah,
been in,
so,
the
like,
union's been in talks. I
Well-
got an email about because I have a small business account, so I keep getting updates from them.
It's what it's not going to be a problem because it's going to be a big problem because once they force them back, there's so much backlog. We're not going to get our stuff till like July,
Yeah.
and they'll say, "Oh, it's too many things. They just put in a dumpster. I don't know what happened to it. Like I lost."
That's when you force people to do things, they don't do it right. So
Well, the other problem is that mail carriers outside of the main cities get paid less money, and they're fighting for that too.
hmm
It's not fair that a letter carrier or whatever you want to call it, mailman or whatever, mailwoman or mail female or
Letter
whatever.
carrier works.
Yeah, a letter carrier, pusher.
Letter
paid-
pusher sounds like a
letter
drug
pusher.
dealer.
Hey,
Here,
on
do
a
you want
mile
your
letter?
letters? They're free.
yeah,
the
give me a
first
J. Give me an A. They get paid less if they're living out if they work outside large cities, and they're saying it's not fair, which is true.
Yeah.
I mean, the job is still a job. You still got to
they
deliver the
still
mail.
have to carry
So
crap.
why should you get paid less, right? But
Yeah, I watched a CBC News article where they were talking to somebody that shouldn't have been on TV. Anyway, part of the union.
like a prime minister.
No.
somebody
go-
that's probably
This
not
political
media
segment
trained.
brought to you by
like,
JCM-.
Not
Yeah,
at all.
they
because
probably
you
do know
could-
what they're talking about, but they get like deer in the headlights when they're on
Yeah,
TV.
because you could see the look on in his eyes when the presenter was asking him like a pretty, what I figured was a pretty straightforward question for him to answer, and he's just like, like he paused, like he had no anyway. But I found out he mentioned that the outside of the city they're not making as much, and I'm like, That's a real shit deal.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
You know?
agreed.
But yeah, so the only thing I want for Christmas is the postal strike to end and we can everybody be happy and healthy and get paid equal pay.
Mhm.
Yep.
And the first thing they do is get my AliExpress stuff to my house pronto because I need it for my project to test. I'm a
By the
taxpayer,
way,
you know. I
By
pay
the way,
taxes.
Rudy, I just pulled the proper board out now. So this is the right one.
Oh, beautiful.
It's the one that doesn't
Yay.
have blue tack all over it, too. Because I got blue tack all over the other one.
Yeah, and one other thing I want to, since we're talking about, we're grateful for a lot of things. I'm very super grateful and in huge debt to Gut Bomb because he's put a tremendous amount of effort and time into this project. I've been, how many like prototypes that you must have, what, 30 or 40 in your closet now?
I have a Rudy graveyard in there.
A Rudy graveyard of boards that I've been designing and working on, but I have no way to test it. So I say, hey, Gut Bomb, do you want to test it? He goes, yeah, okay, great. So then I pack it up and send it off. And then he takes the time to go through everything and verify and then find things that are broken and say, oh, Rudy, this is what the problem is. Like, oh, thank you. So he's been a huge, huge help on this project. And I just wanted to give him a really big, big thank you and a virtual hug.
He's always
Well,
a good help.
Aw.
No problem. It's been a really fun project to work on, too. And it's like a really important device that is going to be good to get out into other people's hands, too, because these SE30s are all busted. And we can make a few of them not so busted.
We're having a retro repair roundup episode that's about repair.
Yeah.
Wow!
Awesome.
And by the way,
it's been since episode 2.
and by the way, for those of you who want to repair your stuff in Canada and don't want to pay the extraordinary shipping from the US because of tariffs, you can go to computersofpride.ca in the new year.
Yes.
Do you still have all of those like weird scuzzy PCM CIA cards up for sale?
No, I got rid of those. I literally took the box to the curb and somebody took them. So I don't know.
And, the last thing I wanted to say about this project is that initially the board was a little bit different, and it was a 4-layer board. And Joe said, "Oh, you should make it a 2-layer board." It's like, no. And I was like 3/4 of the way doing it, and I was ready to give up. And then Gut Bomb gave me some words of encouragement, and so I figured out the last half. I think it was like 10 different or 12 different traces that I couldn't get figured out that I finally figured out. And so if it wasn't for him, this wouldn't be here now. So thank you.
Here's the
again.
first one. And
I remember
Rudy,
those. Yeah.
Rudy hand soldered all of these LEDs that don't
Oh my
really
God.
fit in the spot. So they're like kind of like fanned out.
Well, they were
so-
just a proof of concept, right? To see
Yeah.
what does it, is there any validity? I can't say that word. To start this project, and and he actually kept them surprised.
So that was the first one. And then here was the second revision, which the LEDs are now surface mount LEDs.
Yeah, and a purple board.
Yep. As you can see, we did some troubleshooting to get some extra signals on there that weren't there before.
Oh, and I'm going to pause you for just a quick sec, Gut Bomb. Curtis, what did you miss? You missed the news segment of Joe.
Hey, my segment was entertaining, and we had more people watching at the end of it. So just be quiet, lady.
He says
Then
he has cash now.
Then we did this one.
Yes.
And this one was due to the differences here are this is when it switched to a 4-layer board, or I mean a 2-layer board from the 4 layers. And Rudy added buffer chips to all of the LEDs and all the signals, which really improved things and made it work
Maybe we
properly.
should
And it's
make Gut
much
Bomb
safer.
big. Just saying.
And that was thanks to advice from Tech Night. And then finally we arrive on the finished beautiful product. I love this thing. I will cheerlead it into the ground. It's so cool. And I really appreciate the opportunity to be a part of it.
Now,
and I am
redesign it.
also
Redesign it with
Sorry, go
full
ahead.
surface mount chips and resistor networks. Go.
Go.
What?
Do it.
This one is fine.
Call
This
now.
one.
Call now.
We're
Chamois.
also I'm also making a
Operators
little
on
stand
standby.
for it
Yes.
that goes into these little holes, so you can just like set it on your SE30 and it will hold it up. Because this not only has LEDs, but it also has probe points for your oscilloscope, and you don't want to like put your oscilloscope down on a flappy board, so it's going to have a little
Yeah, you'll
stand.
break,
And we
you'll break
hate
the,
we hate when you try
Wow.
to probe into something that's
Yes.
floppy.
Yeah.
Indeed.
No floppy probing. Yes.
All right, now I'm done talking about it.
All
Thank
right,
you,
yeah, don't
Rudy,
call now.
for giving me an opportunity to do
Call
this.
now.
Yeah, so big, huge thanks to Gut Bomb, because he's really been a trooper with this and spent a lot of time helping me troubleshoot. I mean, the biggest thing we had a problem with at the beginning was the meters. Remember that?
Oh yeah,
A couple of calls and stuff, and then I figured out. And I think you even talked to Tech Night, right, about the meters.
no, we
Or
just kind of
someone
figured
else,
that out
and
on
then
our own.
and then we ended up figuring out how to get it going. Yeah, so it was kind of yeah, anyways, long story short, I want to thank Gut Bomb on the air for all his help, and Joe, because he helped us with this too. And
I did nothing, but I'll take the credit.
okay,
And I did all the lovely job of sitting here doing absolutely nothing for it. So,
wearing your
I think
lovely
Joe-
pajamas.
right?
Joe, I think you actually did. I think you
Yes.
provided Rudy with the parts for like which buffers to use and stuff,
Oh yeah.
No, he also,
Sure.
and the motivation to move to the 2-layer.
you also provided the parts for those surface mounted LEDs, different colors.
Oh, yeah.
Remember? Because I
Oh,
couldn't
looked
figure
at
it
the
out.
part
Like,
numbers. That's right. And we figured out the resistor values. Yeah. I
Yeah,
remember.
and I provided the good looks. Yeah, that
no, that
all
was me.
comes together. Yeah,
Javier,
No, that-
lying is
that
not
was me.
allowed on this stream.
that's why you're not talking.
We're even. It's great. I love it. Yes. So awesome sauce. I do want to note before we move on. Do you know what you call these?
Tweezers.
Tweezers.
No, they're called American chopsticks. Anyway,
Ready?
Oh,
I think
God.
that's a good point to end it. Really.
yeah. Jeremy's Vintage Hillbilly Shack has a great question right here at the end. Will there be one last RRR before the end of the year? Nope. This is the last retro repair roundup for 2024. Providing we don't have some magical special reason to have one again. We do retro repair roundups on the first and third Sundays of every month. First and third, and we skipped that one extra day just to give us a bye week every a couple times a year. So the next retro repair roundup will be on January 5, 2025, provided the world still exists then. So yeah, that's what's going
Better
on.
be.
So let's take a run around and everybody can tell everybody where they're from. Make sure you put on your heart monitor, Rudy. Remember what happened last time.
I better put boots on too.
Oh, geez.
Oh man!
Apparently now we're a
foot
fetish
pics.
channel.
Foot pics on RRR. Crazy.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. My feet are going through footopause. They're either too hot or too cold. Yeah. Anyway.
Menopause.
Gut Bomb, where people find you?
Yeah,
well, you can find me on Wiki.
No.
Oh my God.
Gutbomb.net has all my links.
Gutbomb.net.
Rudy.
You can find me at Rudy's Retro Intel right here. Just Google it on the yummy YouTubey thing and
yummy
email.
YouTubey thing. That sounds very weird.
And
okay.
I have an email address. I do old school. I will be in the new year be developing a BBS system, so you'll be able to contact me on my actual own BBS, which will have dial up and telnet.
Nice.
So I'm working on that.
I'm going to monopolize that phone line. I'm going to be on there all the time downloading wares.
No problem.
I'm going to write a bot whose entire job is to use my VoIP provider to make as many calls to your BBS constantly as it possibly can.
That's fine. I'm going to forward all those messages to your Gen Star.
My provider allows me to set my my caller ID to random phone numbers.
Well, well, mine's bigger than yours.
All right, whip them up,
Just making
boys.
crap.
Okay,
Let's go
move
to
Moving
America.
on. Javier, where people find you, buddy? Trina really wants us to be over there. She needs to go pee. Anyway, go ahead.
No, I'm fine.
8bitstuff.com, where all the great stuff is. 8bitstuff.com.
You're
All the
pointing
great
at me.
stuff that's not Joe's stuff.
Javier, you are pointing at me.
No, I'm pointing at my text.
No,
it's
your
on the other
text is-
side of the
your text
frame.
is on the
You're
other
not
side,
pointing
Javier.
There you
anywhere near
go.
it.
I'm like, why is he
Are
pointing
you
at
looking
me?
at you? Can't you tell? What's wrong with you, man?
Anyway, 8bit stuff and 8bit tees. Don't forget, if you want a good t-shirt, 8bittees.com.
He's got cool.
And if you want a better shirt, go to Eric's merch store.
Okay.
I have so many 8-bit tees, actually. I've got like half my wardrobe is Javier's
That's
clothes.
right, because you got very good taste. And
designers, no designers. Yes. Trina.
Trina, so you go over there to Trina's. No,
Go over there.
go to trinastech.com. It has links to everywhere, including my store, computerswithpride.ca.
Do you sell air conditioners?
No,
No,
should.
that's Canada Tire.
that's Canadian Tire. Yes.
Trina
Princess
Tire. We need Trina Tire.
Trina Tire.
Go to trinastech.com and you can see where I am. Follow me on Blue Sky. Actually, be a real person, not a bot of adult.
You look like a
materials.
bot, though.
You look like a bot.
This AI generated ad brought to you by trinastech.com.
Right?
What's wrong with a bot? Are you anti-bot?
No.
No, I'm not anti-bot. I'm
You're
just
you're
getting
gonna be
tired of
public
being
government,
followed by
you know.
all the porn
Yeesh.
bots.
You can't be anti-anything now, so you can't
Yeah.
be
Well,
anti-bot.
I'm anti-porn bots. I'm sorry. I'm going to say it out loud. I'm
I'm
not
going
as
to
woke
clip
as you
that
think.
just so it says I'm anti-porn, and then I'm going to use that for my own purposes.
Anti-porn.gay.
Wow. Okay.
This is
Finally,
going
hi
downhill
everybody.
so fast.
Hi, I'm Joe from Joe's Computer Museum. You can follow me at jcm-1.com. You can go there and all my social media links are there. And you can also get some cool stuff for your retro computers. And because Ron is not here, I will say hello, goodbye for Ron. Hi, everybody. I am the stand-in for Ron of Ron's Computer Videos. You can find everything you want about Ron at ronscompvids.com. And that's pretty much it. Two final things to say before we go, or more than two. First off, thank you to everybody who stopped by this evening to watch our silly little stream, Be Silly on the Internet. We greatly appreciate it. Hit the like button, do the subscribe, hit the hate button. I don't care. Hit buttons. Make the buttons do things on YouTube. Touch YouTube's buttons. It likes it when you do that.
Wait. That's
yeah.
in trouble here.
Yeah, right. Thank you also to Rudy, our periodic co-host, and to Gutbomb, whose website is autoexec.gay. Thank you guys for stopping by and talking about your cool stuff tonight. Final show notes. Number one, our next guest is on January 5th. That will be the crew from Atari Party. So that's going to be cool. And then later in the month, we're going to have Graham Devine, the superstar dev of The Seventh Guest. So cool stuff. Ron is really he's really doing a good job at coming up with guests for the show. So I do appreciate it. And final note for Ron. Remember, it takes absolutely nothing to be nice to people. So just be nice.
Yep.
And with that,
And if you want to be super nice, go up to them and click their like button.
Yeah, click the like button, everybody.
Ow.
I like when people come up and click my buttons.
Yeah.
Not that button. Anyway,
Like button,
so
that's it.
again, thanks everybody for stopping by. Have a happy and
Have a
safe
great
holiday.
one.
And we'll
Happy
see you.
holidays, Merry Christmas,
next
Happy
year.
Hanukkah, and
Happy
Happy New Year.
holidays. Great New Year.